Welcome back to The Big Idea. Okay, do you have a big idea you know will make millions, but you just can't get up the nerve to give it a try? Well, tonight I've got viewers just like you who watched The Big Idea and wrote to tell us about their businesses. They aren't making millions yet, but they all say they'll make big bucks soon. Tonight we're actually going to work with them to get them to that $1 million mark and also get you to believe this isn't that hard. I'm going to go for my big idea too, and my next guest thinks he's found the next great way to accessorize.
Dear Donnie, my big idea is called the Snake, a colorful and fun new accessory that will liven up just about anything. You won't believe what inspired this twisted idea. I'm sure it'll make millions because there's nothing like it, and kids everywhere will go crazy for it. I can't wait to show you my big idea. Thanks a million, Scott Parker.
All right, Mr. Parker, Creative Snakes. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks.
You said the magic word in there, inspired, so tell me about your idea and what inspired it.
Well, actually, I came across that telephone cable one day, and this cable had hundreds of different wires in it, and you can imagine how colorful it was.
What do you mean? Paint me the picture. You're sitting in your office?
Yeah, and I worked in the telecommunications company, and there's some cable just laying in the corner
with
there.
Like 50 different colored wires.
Exactly,
right?
Yes, and this thing was big, so you can imagine how colorful it was, vivid, and I was like, if I could take that and tap into those colors for kids, I got the next $1 million idea.
So what are you doing with this? Where is this going now?
Well, right, we actually knocked on Gibbet's door. My wife had the idea of, well, this works great with charms. So her idea was, put some charms on it. So one day I brought the business newspaper into work, and right there on the front page was a story about Gibbet's, actually. And they're a multi-million-dollar company, and I was like, oh, I'm just starting off. I don't know what's going to happen. So I thought I'd take a chance, and I did. I emailed them. And believe it or not, a couple emails back and forth. Before I know it, I'm driving up to Gibbet's. And this was literally just after I had just 10 of these things made.
And so what happened in that meeting?
Well, it was interesting. They picked it up, started looking at it, spinning it around, and said, oh, this is a cool idea. You mind if we can take some samples? So I left them some samples. They said, we want to check out some ideas on this, and we'll get back to you. And I drove home really excited, thought, this is it. And unfortunately, about a week later or so, they called up and said that it's really not for them right now. So I didn't take it as a no.
No,
absolutely.
I'm not taking it as a no.
You betcha. So they sent me a letter too, said thanks for your time and good luck with your great product. So
all right. So what's the state of the business now?
Right now, we're just at ground one. We're trying to decide what to do, whether we need to get a manufacturer. My wife's staying up late nights trying to figure out whether we should mass produce it or just get limited quantities and try to go get it in the stores. We're going to start, pound, like you say on all your shows, start hammering the floor and knocking on doors.
Are you actually selling them anywhere now?
Actually, to everybody in our neighborhood.
So you're at the state now. I want everybody to pay attention. They're really at the mom and pop state. You basically just, in this instance, sold to people who like them. You have a marketplace.
Correct.
In an ideal world, how would you be selling them? If you could write the script backwards, what would you like to see happen?
Oh, I'd love to have Gibbets say, hey, come on board. It looks great for charms. And
what do you need
kids
Gibbets for? I don't understand. I mean, I understand. No, we love Gibbets. We have them on the show. You met with them. What do you need them for? I don't understand.
Oh, I just thought it was a good product line with them, but maybe I'm
No, you're actually kind of a competitor, aren't you?
Okay. Well, they sell the charms, so I thought the charms fit.
But you could put your own charms. They're
Exactly.
additive. Basically,
yes.
what you're both in the business on is taking kids' current stuff and making them a little more fun and personalized.
Personalize it, you betcha.
So that's it. So to me, honestly, I would continue doing what you're doing. Just knock on door after door and say to people, I want you to put these, individual little stationery stores and card stores and kid stores.
Right.
Say to them, you know what? Put this rack on, keep it for a week. If it doesn't sell, take them back, and that's it. Have you thought about a website?
Yes. Actually, we got a Green Chair Marketing Company group that out of Denver. We're starting to run our own, but it just takes too much time. So we had them take over for us.
Okay.
And they're running it now. So it gives us more time to start doing everything else.
I think the other thing to do, because I once again look at Gibbets as a competitor, the best thing to do is you look at history. How did they start out?
Out of their basement, just like we did.
But how did they take it to the next level?
They just kept expanding their product line.
Okay. I think this is the kind of thing that once it gets out into the marketplace, people are going to like it. I think you just got to go sell this to stores. Don't worry at this point. Am I making $1 million? Am I making 5,000? Go make a bunch of them, make a little display case, create your own, and one store at a time. That's it. Get it into the local store. Then all of a sudden, once you've got 3 or 4 or 5 specialty stores under your belt, little mom and pops, then you knock on the door of the big retailers.
Okay.
Whether it's a Toys R Us, whether it's a Walmart, you go in. That's it. But especially if you could show them it's worked in small stores.
Great.
And I think that's a great way to do it.
Very good.
How else can I help you, my friend?
Do we just make them ourselves then, or do we go find somebody
Well,
to
you say make
manufacture
them yourselves,
or-
meaning what?
Out of my basement still, because I can make them.
You still make them?
Fairly-
You
little
know
bit.
when you stop making them? When you can't keep up with demand.
That's
Right
when
now,
you
you're doing it the
start.
cheapest way.
Exactly.
The day you have an order or
Right.
17 orders and your
Okay.
wife says, honey, I'm leaving you. We can't make any more of these. That's
Gotcha.
when you know it's time to find somebody else to make
Okay,
it.
very good.
Good stuff. Scott
Thanks, Dan.
Parker, Creative
Appreciate
Snakes. Okay. Do you have an idea you know will make millions? Tonight, we're finding ways to overcome all the startup problems and get to that multi-million-dollar mark. It's My Idea Will Make Millions night.